Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and welcome to my weekly Game of Thrones Season 7 review series. Quick word of warning, these vids will be full of spoilers, so tap out now if you haven't seen the episode. But now, Season 7, Episode 5, Eastwatch. Let's do this. Eastwatch opens exactly where the previous episode ended, with Bronn pulling Jaime out of the water, and basically calling him a fool for trying to take on Dany with a dragon between them. Then we cut to the aforementioned Dany, who has gathered up the surviving Lannister soldiers, and uses her now infamous catchphrase, offering them the choice of bending the knee or dying. Drogon is sitting right there, so yeah, they all bend the knee, except Randall and Dickon Tarly, who get roasted alive. Shades of the Mad King here. Jaime returns to Cersei to inform her that they can't defeat Daenerys' army, but Cersei counters by saying that she'd rather die fighting than die after submitting. Dany returns to Dragonstone on Drogon's back and lands right in front of Jon, who tentatively reaches out to pat the dragon's face. Drogon's totally down with this, and Dany looks awestruck. Shortly after this, Ser Jorah shows up, cured of that wicked case of chickenpox that he had, and Dany welcomes him back into service. At Winterfell, Bran has another vision of the White Walker army heading towards the Wall and decides to send a raven to the Citadel. The Maesters discuss the scroll they receive, which Sam overhears, and he encourages them to send word to all the houses of Westeros that the threat is real. Unsurprisingly, they don't listen to him. In the war room at Dragonstone, the decision is made to capture a White to prove to Cersei that these creatures exist. Varys suggests that if they go to see Cersei, she'll just kill them all. Tyrion believes that if perhaps he can talk to Jaime first, they can make this happen without, dying. Davos agrees to smuggle Tyrion into King's Landing. At Winterfell, the lords are all clamoring for Sansa to be their new leader, as the king in the north should stay in the north. She tells them that they need to have faith in Jon. Arya realizes that Sansa is now sleeping in Ned and Kat's room and becomes suspicious, believing that Sansa is plotting to usurp Jon and take over the north. Bronn brings Jaime into the basement of King's Landing under the pretense of training, but really he's just set up a secret meeting with Tyrion. It's tense. Tyrion tries to justify why he killed Tywin and explains Dany's plan. Peter Dinklage is so good in this scene, he deserves an Emmy for it. What the hell, throw in a Tony and an Oscar just for good measure. Later, Jaime discusses the proposal with Cersei and is surprised to find that she knew Tyrion was in King's Landing. She also mentions that she's pregnant with Jaime's child. Is this true or just more manipulation? I don't know, but hit the comments and tell me what you guys think. Davos heads to Flea Bottom and meets, wait for it, Gendry. He's still alive and still crafting weapons and looks exactly like Christian Bale in Terminator Salvation. In a fun moment of fan service, Davos says, "I thought you'd been rowing this whole time." Gendry decides to join up, grabs his warhammer, and they head back to the boat, where they are caught by a pair of gold cloaks. Davos tells them a few lies about crab meat, which they almost buy when Tyrion shows up. Fortunately, Gendry is quite adept at warhammerage, so R.I.P. gold cloaks. Sam and Gilly are chilling in their quarters and she's reading from a ledger, saying something about some guy named Rhaegar having his marriage annulled and marrying another woman in secret. Clearly she's talking about Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. The fact that they were married makes Jon a true heir, and as far as I can tell, that gives him a better claim to the throne than Dany's. Sam doesn't really hear any of this because he's too busy throwing a tantrum about all of his Charlie work and how nobody will take him seriously. So he sneaks into the library, steals a bunch of useful books, packs up Gilly and Little Sam, and they leave Old Town under the cover of night. Back at Winterfell, Littlefinger is up to his sneaky ways. He's having secret conversations with some of the lords and is delivered a scroll which he hides in his chambers and heads out to do sneaky things because he's a sneak. However, Arya's been watching him. She breaks into his room and finds the scroll. It was the letter that Sansa wrote to Robb way back in Season 1, asking him to swear fealty to Cersei. Unfortunately, being sneaky, Littlefinger purposefully allowed this to happen, and Arya is playing right into his plan. Or at least that's how it plays out in this episode. So here's my question to you guys. And hit the comments with your thoughts. Is Littlefinger playing Arya, or is Arya in fact playing him? Like, does she know he's playing her, and so she's playing the part so he thinks he's winning, and then she's like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Finally, we arrive at Eastwatch with Jon, Gendry, and Davos. They team up with Tormund, as well as Beric Dondarrion, the Hound, and Thoros of Myr, who are all imprisoned there. This ragtag bunch are gonna head back north of the Wall to try and snag them a White. Of course, just to toy with my emotions, the episode ends as soon as they clear the north face of the Wall. Guys, there are only 2 episodes left.
I was saying, Boo-earns.
So those are my thoughts on Eastwatch. What do you think? Which member of John's team do you think will die on their little excursion? Because you know at least one of them's going to. Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below and let's discuss. If you like this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really liked it. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can do so by clicking the Courtshake logo at the bottom right of your screen. Game of Thrones reviews every Monday until the end of the season, so again, only 2 more. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.